Okay, we are back. Sorry about that. It's been a bit of a chew on, unfortunately. We've had a few issues getting everybody in. But we are now heading to France. So sometimes we can get the odd connectivity issue. However, ultimately it just means that we have to go back to the start and re-customise the grid, make sure that everybody's in their fair positions, get all the drivers to put the same tyres on that they have qualified in, and we can get straight on with the race rather than worrying about having to go back to the start of the qualifying. So here we go. We are off on our formation lap. Looks like we're all good. Hopefully no issues this time. What we can say is that the drivers may have been a little bit lucky. The ones that contacted in our first effort, and Capawande, like last race, has been disqualified. Although, did he touch anybody? Didn't see why. Can't see anybody else who's disqualified, but Capawande may be back at the start of the grid, on the starting grid, should we say. But I get excited once again. Sorry, I forgot where I was for a second. I'm talking to myself. Happens a lot. So we're all going around to the start to what's going on here. There's a battle on the formation lap. It's nice to see. Really excited. Overexcited potentially. We need to be very careful just to get as much heat in these tyres as possible. That's all about, but here we go then. We'll try again. This is France. This is round 6 of the Cone Racing League's Academy, and we are back on. So hopefully we have no problems this time as everybody pulls up. Fissio's left this session. Oh, the timing is not good. This time, however, it looks like we are all good. We're waiting for the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're away. Here we go. Has anybody got a good start? It looks like JD has got. Oh no, there's been some issues at the side of the formation, the grid, as we all go into the first corner. Here we go. Wow, what an amazing start! What an absolutely amazing start for the pole sitter in Royal Viking. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with this side. It's all gone a little bit pitong in the scoreboard. I believe that Royal Viking's at the front. Just give it a second to sort itself out as everything catches up. But yes, it's Royal Viking out in front on the Mistral straight for the first time. That seems to have sorted itself out. We are back where we should have been. However, there's clearly been a massive problem with Murphy, who started 3rd on the grid, I believe, and he is all the way down in 18th. Looks like his wing's there, so I can't see what's happened. But something has dreadfully gone wrong for him, and that is the biggest drop out of them all at the moment. Fischio dropping down, and you can see he's just wobbling around a little bit there. Is he alright for damage? Maybe so. As they all line up and start to get a little bit more of a single line formation. Royal Viking opens up a strong 1 second lead in the first lap of the race, and what a hell of a start he's got to get away. Super Gabu is in second, and we have Nathan, who has just taken on JD in fourth to go into third. In third to go into third as they go onto the straight. Will Nathan be able to keep the pace there as well? Viking sets the fastest lap of the lap of the race, as we would expect on lap 1. And Nathan tucked just in behind Super Gabu at the moment. JD in just behind him. And there's a strong straight as the mid. Jar Williams. Okay, just trying to keep a close eye and see what the movers and the shakers are in this first lap. Looking around at the moment, it's been relatively clean. Bar one or two little incidents further down that we might have missed. We might find out what's happened with them a little bit later on. We seem to be all in a little bit more of a flow and all in a line there, as we are currently on board with Jay Williams of the Williams. No connection as Black Ninja takes. There's a little battle between the three here of Warrior Huntsman, Wolf Game and a Black Ninja. We'll stay on board with these. There's still a Capawanda just in behind them as well. They're going to go side to side. No, they're not. But he's very close. It looks like he might have just caught him on the back end. No, it looks all right, but he's lost the back end, and that's going to cost him a couple of positions. As we almost a connection with the two Alpha Tauris that have just slipped through there. In Capawanda and Warrior Huntsman, who can work together really here if they're clever and try and battle up that pack, using each other's toe, as Carter gets a 3-second penalty for corner cutting as we move up towards him on 7. That was the final corner, corner number 15. There's 15 turns at France in the Paul Ricard track. So we are back on with Carter at the moment, who's close in behind Vegas, less than half a second in front of him. We've also seen a battle in 5th with Jar Williams and Super Gabu. It's all very, very tight. Jar Williams and Warrior Huntsman look like they both got time penalties there already for multiple corner cuts. We're in lap 3 at the moment, which just probably may show how people are battling all over the track as we get up the Missile Straight, and you see the ARS being used by Jar Williams. There's a bit of a way of getting past Super Gabu, which he does. That's a very, very good turn and clean racing by the pair of them. And he heads in pursuit of JD, who is just over half a second away from him. Can Super Gabu fight his way back? There are some changes further back in the pack at the moment. Looks like Racing Slade has just overtook MUFC Harvey, and has done. Looks like, is he going to try and get the check back? Oh, he rides the curb tightly, but Racing Slade keeps fantastic pace around there and ultimately gets away from MUFC Harvey. We're on board with Vegas now as he heads down the opening straight, as Nathan sets fastest lap with 1:22 though, 1:32. Turn one for Vegas. And he starts to drift a little bit further behind at the moment, as we see Capawanda and Black Ninja alongside each other. And the Williams just has the advantage at the moment of the AlphaTauri, who goes down the inside, and there's been no contact. Oh, and he's just had to go wide there just for a second, Capawanda, and it's just cost him a position with Wolfgame just slipping through in the Renault, but it looks like he might have a chance of taking back. These two are side by side, some good racing. Looks like there's a little bit of touch in there. Fast turn. Oh, it's a fast turn. Both of them really careful to not touch each other. This is good racing in the mid-pack, as we also see Carter FC move beyond Super Gabu there, further up into P5. We're going to stay on this little train at the moment. Looks like there's some good racing going on here, bumper to bumper, as they would say. Oh, wing to exhaust in this case. He's forced to the line, and we see Harvey just tucked in behind there. And Wolf gave him close in. Really good driving. Joy to see. Good control. That's good. 1 or 2 can maybe take a little bit more of the curves around here. They are more forgiving than they may be giving them credit for, but I can see why they're doing it. This is superb. There's the little touches. Oh, we see a little bit of a hit there. Looks like MUFC Harvey, and it looks like his end plate front right has taken a bit of damage because of that. Carter with a 3-second time penalty as they're going to turn 1. He's now going to find it a little bit hard to get the downforce. He's going to need to keep up with the cars in front, although he's still doing a decent job at this moment in time, with Vegas getting a 3-second time penalty as well. What a little battle back here. It's absolutely superb. I almost don't want to go anywhere else, but I will, because it's only fair. So Fisher moves above Racing Slade, who is going to have to go into the pit, and that may have been reflective of some of the contact that we've just seen, as MUFC Harvey gets another time penalty. So it's early doors for him, but he must keep that car inside the lines to have a chance of getting ahead of the drivers in front of him and getting some space once he gets there. But he's staying up alongside them at this moment in time despite his damage. Goes for a turn to some more contact again. Black Ninja was the victim on that one for the Williams. And it doesn't look like he's got any damage from what I can see there, so he's got a chance to redeem. And we're just going to move up to P6 and Vegas. Fisher's joined back. Hopefully he can get over his car and he can get on with this race and hopefully try and do something with it. Nightmare where you're having connection issues, but we can see here on board with Vegas that he's trying to use that ERS and the overtake on this home straight to get by. There's some fluctuation of positions here as champion Dino Carter going to the pit, so we're on lap 6. We'll stay on board with Vegas, who is half a second behind Super Gabo at this moment in time. JD is also going and catching Royal Viking at the front. Could there be some wear issues for Royal Viking at this moment in time? We don't know. 3-second time penalty for Capawanda. A lot of penalties at this moment in time as Murphy also goes into the pit. So on lap 6, a few going in. Okay, so far in this race we are 6 laps through. Murphy having the biggest hit with a problem on lap 1, dropping down. He is dropped down 15 places to 18. He's got a lot of work to do from back there now. And there's been a few movers and shakers here and there, and Nathan being the best of which, who has gone to the front of this race at the moment. Again, Nathan just dropping into the academy for a race to try and up his skills with the wheel, as he also comes into the pits and changing from his mediums to the presumption would be mediums. Okay. Oh, so everybody's now diving at the pits. We'll see if there's any issues on the way past. So Warrior Huntsman and Big Ben are both on the mediums and 6 laps with them at the moment, so they've got a bit of fresh air and they go to the front. Of course, they're going to have to both pit yet as Nathan goes onto the hards. Interesting. He's 10 seconds behind Warrior Huntsman and Big Ben, but who of course do have to still pit. Fishio, another that does still have to pit, and he's going past a few in the pits at this moment in time. Royal Viking, 3-second penalty. Very interesting with these penalties at the moment. That might be the decider at this moment in time if quite a few cars are close up together. As Super Gabu, Vegas both coming out the pits. JD coming out the pits. Everyone going on to mediums except for Nathan JB, who is opted for the hard compound. Only 2 stops so far for Carter, who we of course knew lost that M plate early doors or in an exchange. That was in turns 10 and 11 bend door. So we'll ride with Nathan in a second and see where he's gone. He is 10 seconds behind, or as good as in front at the moment. I would expect that Big Ben or Warrior Huntsman don't have enough grip in those tyres or last in those tyres to get any amount of advantage. As you can see, Nathan already starting to close that gap now with the fresh tyres. You've got Royal Viking behind him as they go down the straight to start the 8th lap. 5 laps to go. JD starting to really push as well. You can see taking the max of all those turns and all those corners. He comes to the end of the first sector, the virage turns, l'Hotel de Camp and the bomb, the Saint-Bomb. And we'll stay with him a second as he hits the Mistral Straight after turn 7. Is he going to make a move, and is he close enough to take on Royal Viking? Was a little bit of shooting and shaping in front of there, so he did. Royal Viking did make a turn, a move there on Nathan JB and gets in front at the moment, so all three of them were alongside each other. My apologies. Side by side again, nice and safe. JD trying to make a move, not quite getting there as Nathan makes sure that he keeps it nice and tight around the corner. Okay, 1 second. He is in. Sorry about that. We just had to have a little bit of a look at an administrative issue that we've been having. Of course, as we know, there is every now and again some connectivity issues, and they do have to be resolved there and then, just to give all of the drivers a chance at competing as fair as we possibly can. Of course, it means a lot to all of these gents as well. You've got to complete a lot of laps on this game to make sure that you are as top as you can be, and that's what exactly what we have been seeing today with the consistency of all the drivers. As you see Nathan leave the pits, it was very, very close. He's switched to softs, very clever. I mean, he's used the soft compound. He's gone in and got the hards for a lap and then gone back in for another set of softs, and see whether or not he feels that he can make the time up that way. Different way in doing it, but he's only got 4 laps to do it. As we see Fisher go really wide here, there in Saint-Bomb again, and he stays nice and tidy as the launch into the straight. Nathan in behind, and MUC Harvey behind him. We'll go up to see JD, who is putting a little bit of pressure on Royal Viking at the front of affairs, with Royal Huntsman at the moment still to come in, and he is just trying to. And there he goes. He goes into the pits now, so we should see in a second Royal Viking and JD go around onto the corners 14 and 15 of the right hander before we get onto the quick launch of the straight. Power down, fast as you can, get up those gears and get flat out to the tap of a brake going into turn 1 and using that momentum to sweep round the left hander. Of course, again, taking a little bit of curb on that one, as well as the second turn there, as you can see, by Royal Viking to keep the speed through that section. Nice and tight, both of the drivers at the front, as Super Gabu also gets a 3-second time penalty. Unfortunately, that does cost time. As JD pushes and pushes, and he has got the chance to move on the inside of Royal Viking and does so on the side-by-side. Oh, it's good defending, you know, it's good defending by Royal Viking, who keeps that lead as they go onto the Mistral Straight. Will he have another chance to get past? Not just yet. So it's important that JD just buys his time there. He's nice and close, and of course when the time comes, DRS is going to come in just nicely to see if he can make that overtake. And all he needs to do is just stay nice and close. Both these drivers at the moment, we've gone 3 laps on the mediums. And this is his opportunity as we go onto the standing straight and approach DRS, and he has the DRS down. Will he have an opportunity at this moment in time from 3/10 away to 1, and he dives down the inside going into turn 1. Has he made it? Oh, they're side by side again. This is superb. I mean, the defensive strategies at the moment from Royal Viking are really impressive, to be fair. Can't knock him at all. He's stealing it nice and clean, but just making sure that he's not leaving the opportunity there for JD to try and dive in or try and make an opportunity of that, as we've seen someone just sideways on the track behind him there. I'm sure who that is. Wolf Gaben? I'm not entirely sure. We'll go up the pack as we have a little look at Murphy. Carter's also got a time penalty as well. And here we go. We'll fly back up to the front because they're side by side again. We've got to stay on board with these two at the moment, as these are providing some unbelievable racing at this moment. Around the North chicane and heading towards sector 3 in turn 10. And JD has a little look down the outside again. Shall I? It's a quick corner. He's backed out. Probably clever on that occasion, considering there's another left-hander, and he wants to keep his pace at the end of the day and give himself a chance to take him on the straight once again. Superb driving at the front, as we see Jai Williams also on the 6 laps of the mediums. Not got the same grip, but is certainly starting to tighten things up behind the leading duo. So, Royal Viking in the Alfa Romeo, he leads. We are 11 laps in with 2 laps to go. JD trying everything he can, trying to find an open door, trying to find a little slip road, trying to find somewhere that he can slip down the side. But this is a tough track going at speed, and you have to pick your times to attack very, very wisely. These 3 at the moment are leading affairs, as we see Super Gabu drop a position in the Red Bull to Warrior Huntsman. The other Red Bull of Big Ben is also in 4th place at the moment. He's on 3 laps of softs and will have the speed, as he himself does get a penalty while we're on board. He's just losing control a little bit. Maybe he's attacking a little bit too hard on those soft tyres, but he'll certainly have the pace with the cars in front, or should do. Same as Warrior Huntsman, who's opted for those softs. Nathan's climbed up there a few places and now into 8th position. We'll go back on board with JD just a moment as we keep an eye on the rest of the pack to see what is going on. Also see there that there's been a retirement there for Wolf Gaming. And Murphy makes a pass on Racing Slade on the straight, as they too turn into turn 8, and it's a slow, consistent right-hander before you get a perfect launch onto that straight. It's important that you do so and get plenty of pace out of there, and he does pull away. Good driving and good showing, as we're just going to jump onto Nathan in just a moment. He is in the McLaren and he's going after Vegas JV. He was in the Mercedes. He's trying to go really wide and get the optimum launch from the corner, but it looks like he's lost the back end a little bit, and that offers an opportunity. Although he's got DRS, is he going to be able to take advantage with the launch that he would have got out of there? He's gone on the inside, he's thinking about where he's going to go, and these two are side by side, and he manages to get in front. You would expect so on the soft tyres for him to be able to keep this lead now against Vegas. As we see at the top of affairs, JD just starting to fall behind a little bit on time to Royal Viking, but he's still inside a second. And as I say that, they hit the straight, and he's just at the end of a DRS. He's low on fuel, and we're in the final lap. It's already in the final lap. I can't believe we're already there. Those last 2 laps went so quick. The gears are having a good time there for Royal Viking, but is he going to hold on? And are we going to see any changes at the very end of the race as a result of some of the penalties that we've seen today in France? As we have a little look at them going round the bend of turn 11, heading towards the 12, 13, 14. And sort of letter M as Carter, 3-second time penalty will not help him at this moment in time. Maybe it doesn't matter in terms of points today. But we're going to stay on these two as they make their way around to the final turn and on the final straight. And they have across the line as JD goes first. There has clearly been some issues with the penalties as far as Royal Viking is concerned, and JD takes first position. Royal Viking in second position. Ja Williams, as we keep calling him, which sometimes, for some reason, sounds better, is in third position and gets himself pole position. Well done him. Warrior Huntsman in fourth. Big Ben has finished in fifth on the soft compound, with Nathan in sixth, who managed to get those positions late on to try and get a bit of a scramble back up that grid. Vegas in seventh. Super Gabu in where we're at eighth. Capuano in ninth. I think Murphy's just skipped up a couple of positions possibly to go into 10th, who will be the last of the point scorers as MUC Harvey, Racing Slade and Champion Dino follow him. We're in Black Ninja going across the line now. And we'll maintain that position with Shadow Moody just in behind, Carter just in behind, and they might have just switched positions. I feel like someone did there. Van Goverden has potentially just jumped up a couple of positions there with penalties at the end. Wow. I have to say there's some fantastic racing there, side-by-side racing. Not too many massive events that we saw on the stream anyway. I hope that there wasn't. But it looked like all round that the quality of the racing today was absolutely superb. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Really a pleasure watching that, and I hope it was the same for you who are watching on the stream this evening. So some things to consider. Next race we are in the Hungaroring. That's next Monday night at 8, and that will be race 7 of the Cone Race Academy Championships, as we are just going to make ourselves known to the end of the race. I think it is fair to say JD with a fantastic run out. He was only 1/10 away from the fastest lap on the day. He comes up from 4th on the grid to win with a one-stop strategy and did not receive one penalty, which ultimately that clean driving got him on the top of the positions today. Thoroughly deserved, and well done him. Royal Viking comes in second with Ja Williams in third. You can see there that there was a few incidents in terms of the penalties, but it's not about the penalties in the academy. It is about what you can do long term and consistently. It's important for all the drivers to get better and better and better week in, week out, and then hopefully we can get them into the higher tiers and get them competing at a higher level. Some of them have certainly shown today that they deserve that chance, which is good to see. All around, to be perfectly honest with you, a really good race tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you give us a second, we're going to have a little look in the lobby now and invite a couple of the racers for a little chat. We're going to try and get hold of JD in the first position, Royal Viking, and Ja Williams, you 1, 2, 3 on the podium. If you were to just give us a quick minute.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, yeah, I can hear you. How are you?
I am very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm a bit pissed off with the end result. I was really pushing for my first win in the academy.
Yes, I know. To be honest, it was superb. You did so well. It was just those 3-second penalty that eventually took it away from you. I do feel sorry for you, man. It was a superb race. Did you enjoy the race all the same?
Yeah, I did actually. Weirdly enough, I was telling Van Hoeverden, he's a new guy in the academy. I was actually telling him it's the first time since I've got the game that I've actually played France.
Okay.
And I was actually quite impressed with the setup. I got one. I was practicing beforehand and got a decent setup. So, unfortunately, it just wasn't in the cards at the end.
No, fair enough. Yeah, so the strategy worked well. It was just a one-stop. You felt like you were going all right in the race. Where was it that you made the mistakes? Or was it a specific corner or a certain part of the track, or was?
Yeah, I think it was on the second corner, first sector.
Right.
I think it was on the high-end curb. I think I probably took it a bit too much. Right. I mean, I probably just have to check the replay again to obviously get a better understanding of exactly what happened. But
yeah.
I mean, once I check the replay, I'll know, if it was a fault of my own or if it was just the wonderful Codemasters again.
Yeah. we shall see. Fantastic. Right, we're really well done. You're getting yourself on the podium, and it's points on the board. So superb for Alfa Romeo. I wish you very good luck in the next race. That's Hungary next Monday at 8, and we'll see you then.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully next time I'll be at the first step.
Yeah, let's hope so. I hope we chat again. Cheers.
Thanks, mate. You too.
See you, man.
Cheers. Bye-bye.